Praise 102.5, Atlanta's Inspiration Station. What's going on, family? Neiko hanging out with you today. I got some very special guests. Listen, this is an iconic family. They sing, they can act, and they can cook, and we're here to talk about it all. Please welcome to the show, Miss Tamar Braxton and Miss E. How are y'all doing?
Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Yes. I'm so glad to have y'all. We were talking a little bit ago about cooking.
Yeah.
And I was telling y'all last night while I was watching a little preview of the new show, Cooking Sessions with Tamar and Miss E, which is coming up on CLEO on March 26th.
Yeah.
Listen, I was listening to y'all and trying to get my cook on, but I got some questions for y'all. And first, I got to start with this question.
Okay.
Tamar.
Yes.
Alfredo.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me my wife cooks Alfredo? I can get her to do anything?
Probably. I said that because it's everyone's go-to.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And if you can make an amazing Alfredo, I know it sounds very simple.
Yeah.
And it is very simple to make. But if you can make an amazing Alfredo dish, you can basically make anything.
Yeah. One of the things that I enjoy about seeing the preview was the generation thing. I like how you played on that a lot, and you said that steak. To what steak was to another generation is our salmon is to us.
Yeah.
And so, Mama E, like, what is it about steak or something in the past that you guys like that you kind of transition into now?
Yeah, but one thing about steak, if you had steak, anybody would come to your house. Everybody want to come to your house and have a nice, big, chunky, juicy
That sounds good.
steak.
Yeah.
Like a salmon, you know?
Yeah.
Nice and tasty, you know? So,
Yeah. So what is one of the items in your family that everybody loves that one of y'all cook?
I am the go-to macaroni and cheese queen.
Okay.
And I don't use eggs. Yep.
Do tell.
You use eggs in your macaroni?
I have before.
But why? It's quiche.
Only because I seen it done growing up.
Yeah, right.
And I think you know how that is. Like when you
Traditional cooking is what I
traditional
call.
cooking, yes.
Yeah.
So okay, so you don't lose. Nate, is that a problem for you, or is that something that y'all?
Well, it's not a problem for me, but I like eggs in mine.
Okay, so I find that okay.
Delicious. I
So
grew
this
up
is
with
what I
it.
find interesting about the show, and I think people are going to enjoy is the fact that y'all go back and forth
Yes, we
about
do.
different things, and I like that because it shows real family in a kitchen.
Real family. And, I like to say us as Braxton women, we sing and we cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we spend a lot of time, just as much as we are on stage, in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And when you have different recipes, and especially from, I'm not calling you old, Mommy, the older recipes, and then you transform them and you make them your own, it's always, a good conversation.
Yeah. Now,
communication.
on this show, are you guys going to have any special Braxtons on the show, John? Because I know, I feel like all of y'all can cook. No? Well, I seen some of the shows, so I'm not going to say which Braxton that...
Praise him.
Well,
Some of us on a prayer list, honey.
So let me put it like this. Since y'all two are on the show, are y'all the best two cookers?
I'm just going to say that because I'm not going over to Tony's house to eat. I'm not doing that because you're going to leave hungry. You know, because she thinks she's a Michelin chef. And although it may taste well, you're not going to get a lot of it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to get
So she's a portion.
I don't have a lot of time
eater.
for that. You know what I mean? 2 and 3 string beans because you're supposed to just taste the food. No, I don't have a lot of time for that. And then she doesn't wash her chicken. I don't want anything.
She
to do
doesn't.
with that.
Okay, that's a whole nother conversation. She doesn't wash her chicken.
No, she don't wash her chicken.
So
It's
will any of them
disgusting.
be joining you on the show?
Yes.
Yes.
But you have to stay tuned.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I love that. Now, we're going to talk more about the show, but I also want to talk about this podcast, Tamar, that you have now, Life, Love, and Beyond. Let's talk about that a little bit because you have been known to be very vocal.
Yes.
So why a podcast and why now?
Well, this is my second podcast.
Yeah.
But this podcast is so near and dear to my heart because it focuses on mental health and it also focuses on getting over things and going through things and what to do about just when life is lifing, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm so in love with it and it's doing so great and I'm just so grateful. My mother was on the last episode acting up. And so
Acting up.
But it's so
There you
good
go.
because you get to hear people's stories.
Yeah.
And we get to openly we get to heal out loud.
And I was gonna say that is it healing for you?
Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite things to do.
Do you find so you do find therapy in it?
I find therapy in
Yes.
it, and it's purposeful for me.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I want to have a platform where people can come to and listen to and not feel alone.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So we definitely got to check out the
Yeah, you
podcast
do.
Life, Love, and Beyond. Music. Now, I was a little. Well, you've been dropping some singles here and there.
I
You've
have.
been dropping some singles.
Every year on my birthday, I do.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't too surprised, but I was like, "Oh, you about to do a whole album?"
Yeah, I have
Okay.
an album coming.
So what re-inspired that?
Well, I always wanted to do, another album,
Yeah.
but it just didn't. The music didn't feel right to me.
Absolutely.
And this time, I feel like it's a true representation of who I am and what I've been through and the things that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And so, I went through a lot of things, and so it's a lot of things I want to discuss. And so this is a great album, and also the tour with me in October London that starts
Oh,
on
yeah.
on April 17th.
I
And
love
I'm
that.
so excited.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So we're gonna switch back over to the cooking a little bit, and Miss E, what meal instantly takes you back to your childhood?
Seafood blend
Seafood blend. I love it.
takes me back.
And growing up in Baltimore, correct, or Maryland area?
Growing up in Maryland and Columbia, South
Okay,
Carolina.
okay,
Yeah, I'm a
okay,
Southern girl.
okay. Yeah.
So my mom makes this amazing seafood salad
Ooh,
it doesn't have noodles in it. It's strictly seafood based.
wow.
Yes, and it's delicious. Yeah.
So was this something that you created yourself, or something that you've
No,
seen
this
traditional?
is something my mom created.
See, there we go. Yeah, yeah,
Goes
yeah.
all the way back.
See, I love that. I love that. And Tamar, we know you like a lot of things. Macaroni and cheese being one of them. Salmon. What's
Yeah.
something else that people will be surprised that you like?
That I like or that I can cook.
That you can cook.
Surprise. I don't know, because I'm the go-to person to come and eat.
Okay, I like that person.
Yeah,
I think I am too.
yeah.
I cook and I eat though.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it depends on, what people, want. I can do fine dining, and I can also do, Southern
love it.
food.
I
Yeah.
love it.
And not just black people food, y'all. I can also do little Chinese, little knees food.
Yeah, little knees. Little knees.
Little knees. I can do a little Indian. So it depends on what the person likes.
But then you guys have to understand that she didn't pop up cooking.
Okay, so
happened?
who told her,
Okay.
Mama E?
I taught
There
her
you
how
go. That's
to
what we're
cook.
trying to get
Come
to.
on now, let's keep it real.
Yeah, let's
now,
do that.
She may have enhanced some things.
Okay.
But the basis come from WA.
Yeah.
Oh!
So have y'all ever thought of a family cookbook to kind of put the Braxtons?
Yes, it's funny that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
We're working on that right now.
Hey,
Yeah,
I love
no.
it.
Yeah,
And I already have a cookbook also called
Yeah.
Cooking with Miss E.
Yeah. You had the buffins
yes, she does.
that I taste. You actually came to my church a few years ago, and I actually got to taste them. And I need to get some more of those. We need to talk after
Oh,
this.
yeah. The queen of muffins. Yeah.
Yes, the Buffins, the
you got- you
Buffins. Well, listen, Cooking Sessions with Tamar Ms. E premieres Wednesday, March 26th on CLEO TV. I'm definitely going to be watching. I tell people all the time, my listeners know I'm a skinny brother with a big appetite. So this is my
Yes.
type of show right
Yes,
here,
yes,
okay?
yes.
All right, y'all, so make sure y'all check that out. Tamar Braxton, Miss E, thank y'all so much for joining the
you for
show.
having
Thank
us.
you
Yes,
for
yes.
having